Hi everyone, continuing with my series on my art supplies collection. I'm currently in the process of going through what I have and keeping only what I use and giving away the rest. And this month's episode takes a look at my watercolor collection, and I'm going to start with my metallics, and I'll show you what each set looks like. Starting with these, I have put in one of the, what do you call those, pill organizers. I emptied the tubes out into these. These are Van Gogh. And this is what these look like. They're good watercolor. It's the only Van Gogh watercolor I have. I don't have the regular watercolors in this set, but these are a keeper. And I'll set those aside. Next is Prang. I really like this set too. Although with using these watercolors, I find in my coloring books, it's a good idea, from my experience anyway, to use a sheet of wax paper in between the pages, because in the summer here it gets really humid and they can get a little sticky when it gets warm. So whenever I use watercolors in a book, I put wax paper between them, because I had a page when I opened up to open the page, some of the paper stuck to the other side because I had used these watercolors. So, but it's okay when you use the wax paper, you know, because it won't stick to that. And here they are. This isn't the entirety of the set. I just use the colors. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. There's 8 in this one. Yeah, there's 8 colors, and I use 5 here. But yeah. Next, this set I got, I believe, from Michaels. There's not a whole lot of paint in these, as you can see. Not a whole lot of paint in them. They're okay, but I think I am going to give this set away. There they are, the Michaels set. There we go. They're okay. Maybe I will keep these. I haven't. Yeah, I'm bordering on giving them away though, because I have plenty of other that I use more often than these. I think, you know, school-age kids can probably use these. Hand them off to an art teacher. Next, these are Arteza metallics. And these are the only colors I currently have. I've got kind of a lime green color, a teal, a blue, and this is a dark blue, and some pinks and purples here. That is what they all look like. They are more vibrant than the other set I just showed you, so I will be keeping these. And in this tin here, these are regular paints with micro powder mixed in. It's my own little concoction. These are fun to use too. The paint is Dollar and Rowney. I got it Walmart, and I mixed it in with micro powder. I think I ordered those from Amazon, I believe. And that's what these look like. So they have a sheen to them. Shimmery more than metallic. And yeah. I also have the colors on the inside of the lid. Let's see, are these all the metallics and shimmery ones? Let's see, I've got, yeah. I have something here, something else here. I wrote round pill on here. If it's in a tin like this, let me check. Here we go. They're in another pill container. Yeah, this same thing. Regular watercolor mixed with micro powder. So I've got a yellow, a couple of greens, a purple, a red, a couple of blues, and I think this is a brown. Yeah. So that's it for the metallics. Next, hey, this is part 2 of my watercolor collection, and I'm doing this for the second time. The first part came out blurry, so here it goes again. Anyway, I'm going to start with some gouache. This is Master's Touch from Hobby Lobby. Yeah, Master's Touch is a Hobby Lobby brand, and this I really like this. This is the only gouache I have. I have 2 sets, all different colors. These are, I have them in the, pill organizers. I empty the tubes into these, and I labeled them according to the, oh, I gotta sneeze. Excuse me. According to their colors. They're easy to, reactivate. And here's what they look like. They're not chalky at all, unlike their watercolors. Those are chalky, but these are not. They're very nice. I enjoy working with them. So these are a keeper. Next is Prang. I have an 8 set here. Very nice watercolor set. They're more expensive than Crayola, but for a budget set, they're really nice. And I have them right here. not chalky at all. They glide on very smoothly. Very good watercolor set. And I've used these many times as a base. The thing is with the, just like the metallic, my cat's being a brat, just like the praying metallics, these can get sticky too, I found. Not like the metallics, but they can get a little sticky. And there's another set of watercolors I have that are a lot more sticky than that even. But it's a very good watercolor set. I like working with these. And this is the other set I was telling you about that's very sticky. These are called Yarka. And I believe these are the kids' version of their White Knights professional grade paints. From Russia. I think these are honey based. I'm not sure, but they are very sticky when the weather is humid. You can put your finger on it and pull paint up. They get very sticky. And this is another paint I don't use in the summertime. In the winter it's fine. They have no problem using them in the winter because they're solid. They reactivate very nice, but I don't use them in the summer for that reason. They get sticky. But those are called Yarka. Very nice watercolor. And this is what they look like. They're not chalky. I like that. I like this yellow. Very nice colors. And next, these are koi. I took the white out and I replaced it with a Cotman aquamarine because I wanted to add another purple to this set, which I had, you know, one purple, and this was yeah, Cotman aquamarine I added to it. But yeah, this is a nice set, and I also took some other paints. This is also I believe this is also a Cotman purplish color, and I've got some other paints in here. I think Dollarani is in this, just to add to the palette, because you know, I felt it wasn't quite complete, so I added some extra colors to it. But I really like these. They're a good set to use. I'll show you what they look like. This is there they are, the koi. Very nice red. And the yellow. Yep, very nice. So I do recommend these. If you want, you know, if you want to go above, like say Prang or Crayola, this is a good set. You can find these at Michael's too. Next, these are pretty excellent. They are pretty excellent as well. This is one of my favorite watercolor sets. Although I did hear that these are dye-based. I'm not really sure if that's accurate, but they glide on smooth, easy to activate, and I love the colors. Very fun set to work with. And they're not real expensive either. At least they weren't. They were around $25 when I purchased them. I don't know. I would say 6 years ago, maybe. And there they are. Very bold. Nice variety of colors. These are called Lucas. There's also a professional grade Lucas. These are the student grade. And I got these Jerry's Artorama. This is my second favorite palette. I use these as often as I use the Pretty Excellent. Very fun set to work with. Nice colors. Easy to activate. They're not chalky at all. And these are right here. Nice, that's a nice pretty red. Oh yeah, very nice set. I use them a lot. I like them. I put this around it to keep it. I like to keep a color swatch with my sets. Now this one is Arteza. This is the these are called I think they're just called Arteza. There's also a premium set which I'll show you in a minute. These are the student grade. These are rather chalky when you first lay them down. And yeah. That's this. They do feel a little chalky. I do prefer the premium set better. So these are going to be donated to school kids. But that comes in 2 sets of 12. I just don't use them that much, and I prefer the other set of Arteza, which I'll show you now. I also, this is a 12 set, but I also included some additional watercolors with it, including Grumbacher Academy and Cotman. This is the original set here and here, and I've got some additional colors here, including this mauve. And this is, I believe, a Cotman. Yeah, that's a fun set to work with too. And this is the premium. You could see the difference in how they lay down compared to the student grade set as well. They have a much even flow. Now this is Royal Langnickel Essentials. I got these at Walmart. I thought I'd try them. And it's one of these fan palettes. I'm not crazy about it, to tell you the truth. I don't mean the watercolors are fine. It's this layout, because you have to, you know, you want to get into this color here, you've got to make sure that the other fans aren't in its way. Hey. And they do crack too, but you know, reactivating them is no issue regarding that. But I'll show you what they look like right here. That is a beautiful yellow. They're not chalky, they lay down smooth. I like them. The watercolor, that is. I'm not a fan of the fan palette, however. Now this little tin here, I've got 3 Daniel Smith, quinacridone magenta, cadmium yellow hue, and indanthrone blue. Wow, these are vibrant paints. They flow like magic. These are the most expensive paints that I have in my collection, and that's why I only have 3, because you know, I don't want to break the bank, but I did want to try them. And you can, you know, make other colors with these. You know, mix some white gouache in if you want. But yeah, very beautiful colors. I'm tempted to get 3 more colors to add to these. And let's see. Oh, yeah. These are the Master's Touch watercolors. Unlike the gouache, these are very chalky. I'm not a fan of these. These are going to get donated. Now the colors look vibrant. You know, I have no issue there, but you can feel, you run your hand over it, and oh, chalky. I do love this palette, though. I might remove the colors out of it and save it for some more Daniel Smith. I don't know. But yeah. So those are the Master's Touch watercolor. Yeah, right here. Very chalky. I mean, the colors are nice and vibrant. I have no issue with that, but I don't like the texture of them. So those are getting donated. And I have 2 palettes of Crayola. I've used these quite a bit, but the issue I find if you're using these, you know, alone, and you're not going to use them with pencil, they're okay. However, the issue I ran into with these is the watercolor tends. Okay, we're back. My camera cut out on me. I think I had too much stuff on it. So anyway, what I was saying was, with these, I find that the watercolor pools on top of the paper. On many different papers, including Hannah Carlson's books. I have one of her books, and I notice when I've used Crayola in there, the water will pool on the surface. I can't use pencil with this. I don't know what's going on. And I'll show you an example here. If you can see this right here, this is where the water pooled on top of the paper, and here as well. So if you're going to use the Crayola alone, you know, it's fine, but if you try to use pencil on top certain papers, the watercolor will pool and making it difficult or near impossible to use pencil on top. So I decided I'm going to donate my Crayola watercolors. They are a good set, you know, but they just don't work with certain papers. And finally, I got this book from a local merchant and manga art class. And this is what a page I did out of this book to try the watercolors that came with it. Now, they are chalky, but I really love this red. They're called Klutz, K-L-U-T-Z. Here they are. Now, the paintbrush that came with this set is right here. Not the best quality in the world. I used one of my other paintbrushes to see if there was much difference, and it's okay, but here it also came with an ink pen, and I wrote it out and went over it with water to see if it would smear, and it doesn't. And then I used it just to show you. Yeah, I used it in I used gel crayon. I think it was the Faber. I have a couple of Faber-Castell gelatos, and I went over them with this, and I clogged it. So you can't use it with gelatos. Anyway, I'm going to keep this only because it came with a book, and I really like the red. So yeah, that's it. That's my entire watercolor collection. I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to go through also my markers and my gel pens, and you know, a lot with the gel pens I've ended up throwing a lot away. You know, they just dry out over time, and I have too many. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'll be back in a couple of weeks with an update on those. Talk to you again soon. Thanks for watching.